Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Let's see, almost 4:30, June 8th, Saturday, about 74 degrees. You can probably hear from my voice that I just woke up from my nap. I worked last night. Tonight is normally, I should be working this Saturday night, but I took a vacation day. So here I am out in my garage. Just one thing quickly, and I've been thinking about this mess in here for a while. I built this rolling, what I thought was going to be a welding cart. And you could see that it is a big fat in the way. God, I can't even back up enough away from it to get the whole thing in the picture. It's just in the way where it is. So I've been looking at this mess, trying to figure out how to turn this storage depot into a somewhat functioning garage, and it would actually be nice to get it to the point where I can use the definition of shop on it. My definition of shop is a place where you can actually do something that could produce revenue. I mean, a real shop is owned by people who have a business and pay taxes and so forth like that. I guess this will never be a shop because it'll never produce revenue. The way I do things, I don't think I could ever make money at this. It would just it takes me too long to get things done. I have a tendency to do things half-assed and so forth, so I don't think I could ever make money. I don't think somebody would pay me, or if they did pay me, they'd be bothering me for repeat repairs, and that would make me cranky, and just my personality and being in business probably doesn't work. So anyhow, I would like to take this and change it. Let's define it currently as a storage depot and turn it into some kind of functional garage, with the caveat of, if somebody didn't have my personality, perhaps they can actually do useful work and make some money, and even pay taxes on it and all. So what I'm thinking of is this whole cart concept has to go. Once I put wheels on it, it got too high to really use as a workbench. Because it's got wheels on it, and I put the wheels toward the center so that you could kind of pick it up and roll it, even though it has a lot of weight. You could kind of it counterbalances itself. Even with all that, this thing is just turned out to be somewhat of a loser. I put quite a bit of time and effort into it, but it just didn't work out. So one has to be able to move on to other things. What I'd like to do is this area here. Let me get across from it. This area here, I gotta turn into some kind of functionality with tools and a workbench. I mean, having a hoard of tires is nice. Having a hoard of propane is nice. But this area here actually has to become somewhat functional. And what I'm thinking of doing is putting together some kind of bench situation, which that down here shelf situation, so that heavy items like these motors, that Briggs, that Olin's over there, all that crap could kind of go underneath, and then shelf like this thing has, and maybe even use those blue bins to keep common tools. I would like some kind of flat area at bench level that I can actually work at, and I'm debating whether to how to do the bench. I mean, I don't mind rolling this guy out to use this area. Then I was thinking of having tools kind of stored in the back of it on magnetic rails, and then you kind of flip a shelf down, and now you have a nice work area to work at. The problem you run into with that is once I flip that down, it's going to tighten my space up. Though with this thing gone, I will have more space. But once I flip it down, it'll kind of tighten my space up, and I can't get to the tools unless I flip it down, which means if this bike is sitting here, I can't flip it down unless I move the bike because the handlebars will be in the way. So I'm not quite sure about that. And even a flip up situation, if I flip it up and then, you know, legs drop or whatever to prop it on, once again, that'll still be in the way. Then I was thinking of a slide out situation where you can actually, you know, just have it slide on rails like a draw, have it slide out. But shelves like that have a tendency to be unstable, you know, move around. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but this area here is way too valuable to be filled with propane, tires, and an unused file cabinet. I mean, I can't get into this file cabinet because I got a hoard of propane here, you know. I really don't want to turn this file cabinet this way because with its depth, you know, it's going to be sticking out in the garage too much. So yeah, I mean, I'm talking out loud. I'm not quite sure what the heck I'm going to do with this entire mess, but I have to do something. Even this space here, I mean, I got a few parts in there, nothing really spectacular, but the bin is taking up a lot of space. Obviously my bead breaker. Then I got those two engines, another engine. This space needs to be better. I just this entire wall needs some love. I got to do something with it. It's once again driving me nuts. Anyway, the purpose of this video is not to complain. I mean, that's from a distance what I got going on here. I mean, that's a file cabinet with tires on top. Behind this sheetrock is a hoard of propane. You can see the propane bottles on top. And then you kind of go down, and I don't know if one wants to call that a bench or what one wants to call that rack. It's actually a rack for a fish tank, believe it or not. But it was well made with steel. Obviously fish tanks, big fish tanks could be heavy, so you can't just put that on anything. And anyway, above it you can see there's another hoard of tires, you know, motor, oil, motor, you know, seats, gas cans. So this area has to improve. The sheetrock could go upstairs. You know, the tires got to get racked up. I have considered for the tires and creating some kind of stair situation, possibly on this side, setting up some kind of overhead situation, right? And it would come down, and on that you could pull the stairs, but not having it too you know, I have this garage is 2 blocks high. I don't know, could you guys see it here? I went up 2 blocks. In the corner you can see it underneath there. I went up 2 blocks, and then I went 8 foot. So it's like 16 inches plus 8 foot. So what is that? 8 foot is 96, and 6 is 102. So this garage is 112 inches tall. Anyway, so I was debating either putting something in this area up above here, or probably it would be better for me to harvest the space in between perhaps these 2 garage doors here with some kind of overhead rack situation. Also above the garage doors, there is quite a bit of space there, and when you bring a garage door up, you can see that the garage door is up. There is quite a lot of space up there. I could probably, with a properly built shelf, properly built, one could put a string of tires, especially, you know, golf cart sized tires above above the garage doors, and then it wouldn't be too bad. You close the garage doors, get on a step ladder, and take whatever tires you need down. Because right now, even with the tires stacked like that, they are just a wicked pain in the ass to get to. They're just difficult to get to. So anyhow, I got to do something to make this garage a functional garage. And you know, one of the guys I watch all the time out there in Michigan, my buddy from Michigan there, the guy who actually got me started, he's like, you got a 24 by 24 garage. What the hell are you doing? Like, I wish I had a, you know what I could do with the 24 by 24 garage? And he's right. You know, I built it. I mean, I built this thing. This is mine. I made it. I, you know, drove probably half the nails, a third of the nails. I had help. The other people drove 2/3 of the nails. I mean, I poured the cement. I did the block work. I did this. So, I mean, here I create something nice, and I'm not even using it. Anyhow, so, ranting about my garage, that'll be the name of this video. Folks, thanks for listening to my rant. Please comment, please subscribe. Please watch. Any thoughts could be helpful. I have to say, I do read the comments. I do enjoy your thoughts. And I do take the comments. You know, whether it's a ignition tester, which is, well, that's not an ignition tester. God, I already lost the ignition testers, and I bought 5 of them. Anyway, whether it's an ignition tester, as suggested by Musty One, or, you know, hey, really look at that ground wire, don't be an idiot, from, you know, Aaron and a couple of the other guys, G. Wolf. You know, I do read. Raymond offered to give me a hand getting some of these CDI units. You know, I do appreciate the comments. I do appreciate the thoughts, and I do take them. And quite honestly, they do help. At least, you know, I learned something. I didn't join YouTube back in the day when the whole YouTube garage was forming, but I liked the concept of the YouTube garage, where you have a bunch of guys who are into kind of the same stuff, and they kind of watch each other's videos, and when there's a problem, they kind of help each other out. Whether it's the guy up in Maine, what was his name, Reeker, who just wrecked his Volkswagen Cinderella. I mean, Volkswagen Darren was trying to help him through the YouTube gang there, the garage. Try to, you know, people get him some parts to put that car back together again. Volkswagen Darren's all the way down in Florida, and the car is located all the way up in Maine, so he's going to have, you know, unless somebody puts it on a flatbed, and even if you do, that's a long drive, but it'd be hard from that point of view. But you know, I'm sure there are people in Maine that have loads of Volkswagens that somebody can help them out. You know, things like that, information, knowledge, maybe that one part, that one nut, that one bolt that makes the whole thing work. So I do promote that, and I do believe in it. Anyway, I'm ranting, rambling, and I'm not getting done what I need to get done. So I'm going to end this video and get to the real video that I should be making. Thanks for watching. Take care. Remember, tires down, handlebars up. Live, love, and have a great time. Thanks.